getting wet. Gosh, I wasn't expecting rain today. I've just got soaked standing over there. It all depends what way the wind is blowing. This is the Tritons Fountain and we are in Valletta, the capital of Malta. So let's start the show. No matter where you go in Malta and of course in the capital city here in Valletta, you will see remnants of its Britishness, especially through the post boxes and the old phone boxes. But of course the country is independent and it is a member of the EU. And we've just started off at the Independence Monument, and opposite it is the mall, and it's a long walkway with beautiful gardens. The mall is also known as the Maglio Gardens. The mall is a promenade-like garden of 365 metres, lined with trees and ponds. It was built by Grand Master Lascaris in 1656 for the recreation of the knights. Until the year 1942, the garden was enclosed by high walls, but after the war, these walls were replaced by a lower boundary wall with iron railings to be visible from the street. The name Mull is derived from a then popular game, Maglio, practiced by the knights, which consisted of a fairly large wooden sphere which had to be pushed along a path, golf croquet style, by a heavy mallet, the winner being the one who reaches the target with a predetermined number of strokes. 9 monuments commemorating prominent Maltese personalities are located along this garden. The mall lies along an axis stretching from Fort St Elmo at the tip of Valletta along Republic Street, along the mall and onto St Philip's Bastion. The garden was opened to the public by Sir Alexander Ball, Governor of the Maltese Islands, in the name of King George III. Yeah, look at this, Paul. There's a cat house or complex over here.
A cat hotel?
A cat hotel, look. Ginger is licking up at the top.
She sees you.
Look, there's one in there. See?
Oh, where?
Down at the bottom there, sleeping.
Oh, right.
We don't want to disturb. We don't like being disturbed at our hotel. And look at this one, wow. This one is having a morning wash.
I think she wants like a thorough clean.
Yeah. Many visitors to Valletta will probably arrive here by bus, and it is right next to the fountain, just behind the kiosks over there. So to get into the city centre, from the bus station you just cross this little bridge and you're right onto Republic Street, which is the main shopping street. So you can see there's the fountain, we are at the bridge, and this is Republic Street. And it leads up to Republic Square.
I remember us going up there once for like a really good view of the city.
Yes, and this is the exterior of the Parliament building.
I don't think we need to go on both sides. I think one side's fine.
Yes, there are steps on both sides.
I don't recommend walking backwards for this.
Well, up the steps or down. Oh well, if I was going to walk backwards down, I'd fall.
You might fall going up as well. Oh gosh. Almost slipped.
So you can see the other set of steps across there, and I love this building, the Parliament building. Well, that's what the sign said down at the bottom. It said the Parliament. Well, we've come from just over there. We've walked through the car park. You've got the Central Bank of Malta over here. And then you've got this absolutely fabulous view of the Upper Bastion walls and in the distance the three cities. On the upper level, this must be the Parliament building. It's got the Maltese flag, it's got the EU flag, and it's got a police officer outside. Look, Paul, this building here, Victory Church. It says this church was the first building erected in Valletta, and it's located where the first stone of the city was laid on the 20th of March, 1566. This is the monument of Jean de Valletta, a member of the line of Provence of the Order of St. John of Jerusalem, Captain General of the Order Fleet. The 40th Grand Master led the Order and the Maltese against the Ottoman Turks during the Great Siege of Malta in 1565. Ordered the construction of Valletta, which was named in his honour. So we're coming back onto Republic Street now. When we were here the last time in 2019, I remember the Wembley store. It sells lots of British produce and everything, but it was overly priced. The main street is decorated with green streamers. I'm not sure what it is in celebration of. Do you know, Paul?
Independence, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, possibly. Lots of places to eat on the street. And familiar names as well, depends what you want. There's lots of local independent stores, restaurants and cafes, and also chains such as Starbucks. I just stopped off to Google what the green streamers are, and no information at all. So if you do know what this might be, let us know in the comments. And Paul, you were touched by someone with their cane, right? With a walking stick while I was Googling. And then the guy came up to you and said, "Someone touched you."
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and then he says, "I did." Spooky. The Agenda Bookshop is a chain of newsagents and bookstores, and they have a wide range of UK national newspapers. This is St. John's Co-Cathedral, and it really is one of the most magnificent buildings in Valletta. We visited when we were here in October 2019, and I've managed to fish out some of the pictures from that time. It costs €15 to get in, but it really is worth a visit because of the absolutely incredible interior.
This is one of the HSBCs that we have come across while we are in Valletta. I think that we also came across another one, like another two perhaps.
Yeah, HSBC is absolutely everywhere. It's one of the most popular banks in Malta, as well as the Bank of Valletta, BOV. Valletta is very hilly, isn't that right, Paul? So we have come up a level now, we've come up some steps.
Yeah.
And there are shops and restaurants everywhere you look. Well, that was quite a good little food market. There's plenty of places to eat and drink, and there's also a supermarket on the lower level. And if you need to use the toilet, as long as you buy something in there and get the receipt, there is a code at the bottom and you can use it for the loos, which is pretty handy. But we're going to eat something from one of the cafes or restaurants on one of the streets. So we've had a very nice lunch in La Pablo. What, Paul's restaurant?
Da Pablo.
Da Pablo, what does that mean?
From Paul?
From Paul.
I don't know. Of Paul, maybe?
Oh, okay. So you had one of your
sea bass.
specialities, yes.
Sea bass.
And it was the full fish, wasn't it?
Head and everything.
Yeah, and the eyes, yes, everything.
I ate that too.
From head to tail. That's too scary for me. I had the carbonara, which was very nice, very cheesy.
Yeah.
And a couple of Coke Zeros, and I've just been absolutely incredibly thirsty. And now I've just seen the most magnificent cake. Well, that was quite a find. Just seeing that cake in the window lured me in, and then I saw there was like this rainbow cake, and it was absolutely delicious, and the coffee was absolutely delicious as well. You had the matcha latte, yes. You know what this is, Paul?
Buckingham Palace?
Well, that's what it says.
How is that possible?
Do you think it is St. Catherine's Monastery and Secret Garden?
Is it?
It's been closed for 400 years, now open for you to discover.
Oh.
Well, there is a plaque that says Buckingham Palace, but I think that means it's a message from Buckingham Palace rather than this being Buckingham Palace.
So windy.
That was the police station just there with the little blue lantern. Now we're walking down one of these very quiet side streets, Paul, because we are on a mission to find the place where we stayed at in 2019. Now we know it was down the street from HSBC, just up there.
It's either this one or the next.
Yeah, I remember there was like a little corner shop, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Honorary Consulate of Canada there as well. So of course you're going to find all the embassies and consulates because we are in the capital. Now we're coming to the end of Archbishop Street. The Drunken Dumpling, was that there? Yeah.
This is the next block.
I have a feeling it was either the next block or it was up here. Oh,
Is it up here?
I think it's over here. I think it might be over here. What do you think? Was it one of these doors over here? It was there. it this door? It might have been here.
Yeah.
I think that was it. It wasn't that one. It was Old Mint Street, and we are here. This was the street. I remember this. This is it. The house in Old Mint Street. Remember?
Uh-huh.
Look, the door's almost the same as the other door. It said letters on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is definitely it. I think if we go up this street, which is the continuation of Archbishop Street, there is a church up here that I remember that we visited.
Oh, I think it leads up into the open.
Yeah, this is like the quiet area of Valletta. And you know something? I think we can actually see St. Julian's from here. Because do you remember the tower that I said looked like the Empire State Building? Yeah. Well, it's right in front of us. It's got no insignia on it. That's been taken off. But go up here like that and zoom in, and that is St. Julian's. So one of the tourist boats is just over there. And I think that must be Sligo over in this direction, because that's where those tourist boats leave from. And then they head out into the sea towards the islands of Camino and Gozo. And then there's a St. Julian's in the distance over there, because this heads out into the Mediterranean. And out it goes. Look at this little area, Paul.
It's another hidden gem.
Yeah. Look how blue the water is. Look how still it is. Don't you just love having a sit down, looking out to sea? How's your hair?
It's crazy. Do you see it?
Yep.
It's flappy.
The only thing breaking the peace is the noise coming from the cars behind. Some of them playing their music. To spoil things, right? There's always someone wanting to spoil our fun. Oh, I see a horsey. Hello, Rod. Are you a subscriber to It's Paul and Marcus on YouTube? Why not? All you need to do is hit the subscribe button, and then you can see all episodes of It's Paul and Marcus. You might even see Rod along the way as well. Look, another church named after you, Paul. St. Paul's Pro Cathedral. And we were here the last time that we visited. I think we ought to go in again because we didn't go to the main church. So there's a €2 donation, we'll pay that, and take a little look around. St. Paul's Pro Cathedral is a church whose very existence is inspired by a Queen of England who believed in the freedom of a people to worship as they wished. It has survived 2 world wars and provided a place of prayer, comfort and sanctuary for the citizens and soldiers who lived through those times. Today, the church is known as St. Paul's Pro Cathedral, but it remains forevermore Queen Adelaide's church. Her spirit of freedom and her beliefs live on here and continue to provide worshippers and visitors alike with a holy place which welcomes each and every one. What did you think of the church, Paul?
Yeah, it was kind of cozy and yeah, quite a good place for contemplation.
Indeed. The Malta Postal Museum is well worth a visit. We went in October 2019. Here's a few snaps we took back then. There was also an opportunity to have stamps made with your picture on them, and we got a full set done, and we kept a couple. Take a look at this. Remember these, Paul? Back from 2019 at the Post Office Museum?
Oh yeah, I really, oh my gosh, I still can't believe you found them.
Yeah, I've kept those in my planner ever since, yeah. We got, I think, a book of maybe, or a sheet of like 10 or something, or maybe it was 8, I don't know. But we did send lots of postcards, and then we decided that we would keep a couple of them, and here they are.
Good idea on that. If you are feeling homesick, you could also visit M&S. They're open from 9 until 7.
Closed on Sundays though. So it's the evening before the day that we have recorded our Valletta episode. So this is like time travel, Paul, heading back in time. And the reason we're doing this bit now is because we weren't sure if we'd be here around this time tomorrow. It's just around sunset, 5:15. And there's one place that we wanted to visit that we'd been to last time. And it's a pub called The Pub. And it's very famous. Do you know why?
Because it's called The Pub?
Well, no. It was the favourite drinking establishment of a certain Oliver Reed.
Ooh.
Yes, the actor. And in actual fact, it's where he had his very last drink. Rumour has it that he met up with some Royal Marines or Navy, certainly some services personnel who were off duty, and got involved in a drinking game. And he had a heart attack and died. But of course, I mean, if you know of Oliver Reed, he was a heavy drinker, and he appeared actually famously on some chat shows, completely blittered. Yeah, blittered, as they say. So I think it is only fitting that we honour Ollie tonight and have a drink at the pub. Well, we hope that you have enjoyed today's episode from Valletta.
For those of you that have liked today's episode, give us a thumbs up. For those of you that have not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. And for those of you that want to leave a comment, you can do so as well.
And if you'd like to buy us a coffee to help us along the way, there is a link in the description. And we'll see you next time. Bye.